Okay, so here's notes 5.4 and Intro to Systems Substitution. Just so you guys know before we get started, this is a lot of steps, but it's not anything really crazy difficult. All you have to do is make sure you plug in correctly or substitute correctly, which is what we're going to be doing. All right, so in order to substitute, one of the letters has to be alone on one side of the equal sign. So example, x equals some stuff or y equals some stuff. What we're going to do is we're going to circle the stuff. So like if x equals stuff, circle it. Y equals stuff, circle it. Then what you're going to do is substitute or replace the letters stuff from number 1 into the other equation's matching letter. Okay, so let's look at this one. So first off, our solutions are always going to be x comma y. They are still an ordered pair. This is like not graphing, so you're trying to do this without graphing. Okay, you're using your mathy math. So we have y equals 4 and we have 3x plus 2y equals 17. Well, one of our letters is alone and it's got stuff. We got y equals 4. We know y's number is 4, so I'm going to fill that in my solution. We know that. What we're going to do is we're going to take, I'm going to label this first and second equation. We're going to take that 4 and plug it into the other equation's y. So this gives us 3x plus 2, and remember 2y means 2 times y, so I got to keep that, equals 17. That was the only thing that changed. All right, so now we use our solve skills. So 2 times 4 is 8, so now we got a plus 8. Nothing else changed. Hey, we know what to do from here. Let's subtract 8 on both sides. This leaves us with 3x equals 9. Divide away your coefficient, which leaves us with x equals 3. So x equals 3, x's number is 3, so my solution is 3, 4. And we're done. Next one. All right, so here's our first equation, here's our second equation. And so which one has the letter by itself and equals a bunch of stuff? Well, the first one does, right? We got x equals 1. 1 is its stuff. So first off, that's a nice number. So our first, we already have our x's number. It was given to us. So nice. What we're going to do now is we're going to take this number and plug it into x into the other equation. So let's do that. So we got -2. That didn't change. The only thing changed was that x turned into a 1. Everything else remains the same. Let's do some math. So -2 times 1 is a -2. And then we got plus 6y equals 16. We're going to get rid of our constant of -2. So add that 2 on both sides because you got to do the opposites, which gives us 6y equals 18. To get rid of a coefficient, your options are to multiply or divide. In this case, we're going to divide because we've got secret multiplication happening between 6 and y, which leaves us with y equals 3. So y's number is 3, which means over here, I know now my solution is 1, 3. All right, so we got our first equation, we got our second equation. So we have -5x plus 2y equals -15, and then we have y equals -5. Y equals some stuff. That stuff is -5. That is a nice number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write that in my solution. -5 is y's number. So us, are going to figure out x's number by taking this -5 and plugging it in for the y in the other equation. That's the only thing that changed. That -5x plus 2 is still there. Instead of y, we're going to multiply by -5, and then we're going to bring down that equal sign and that -15. We're going to do mathy stuff. So 2 times -5, well, that's a -10. Everything else remained the same. Nothing changed. All right, we're going to add our constant of 10 on both sides because we're trying to cancel out that -10. This leaves us with -5x equals -5. All right, to get rid of -5 as a coefficient, it's being multiplied, so we are going to divide -5 on both sides so that we get x equals 1. Now we know x's number, so we have our solution. These are the easy peasies. Let's take it up a notch. All right, so in this one, we have to figure out a solution still. So we have y equals x, and then we have 3x plus 2y equals 15. Oh boy. Well, in our first equation, y equals x. That is not a number. Okay, we're trying to figure out x's number and we're trying to figure out y's number. That's not a number. So what we're going to do is I'm going to circle this in green here, and I'm going to replace this y in my other equation with an x. So let's do that. So 3x plus 2 still stays the same, but this time I got an x there instead of a y equals 15. All right, now I'm going to do some math stuff. So 2 times x is 2x, still positive. Bring everything else down because nothing else changed. Hey, now I can solve. And one thing I want you to notice, I'm going to put a little star here. We only have one letter type now. See, we only have x's, whereas before it had x's and y's. But then we do our substitution thing, and now we have just x's here. That's good. We want that because now we can solve, because 3x and 2x combined make 5x equals 15. Hey, I can figure this out by dividing by 5 on both sides, which gives us x equals 3. Hey, we know x's number. X's number we know is 3. So 3. Now I need to figure out y's number. I can choose either equation. I can choose number 1 or I can choose number 2. But I'm going to choose the equation that makes me have to do less work. And do you see how equation 1 here already says y equals x? See how nice that is? And we're trying to figure out y's number. We can do that because all we have to do is take this x equals 3. We know x's number. So now we got y equals 3, and oh my gosh, we're done. Y's number, hey, is also 3. No mathy stuff involved. Isn't that nice? Okay, let's look at the next one here. So we got our first equation and our second equation. Our first equation is x equals to negative 2y. That's the stuff. So we're going to replace x in the other equation with negative 2y. So we got 2 times negative 2y plus 4y equals 0. Hey, we got just y's. Let's do some mathy stuff. 2 times negative 2y is a negative 4y, so we have negative 4y plus 4y equals 0. Ooh, this one's fun. A negative 4y plus 4y gives me 0. And a straight up 0. They cancel each other out. Okay, now 0 equals to 0. Now what I want you to write here, and it's super important, is the letters are gone. Okay, they canceled out. This is important. So if the letters are gone and they canceled out, then I need to look at this. And I have to ask myself this question. Is 0 equal to 0? Yes. Yes, it is. This is true, right? 0 does equal 0. And because of that, we have infinite solutions. Okay? So whenever you end up where all your letters are gone, they're canceled out, and you get a true statement like this, 0 equaling 0, then that is an infinite solution. Let's look at the next one. All right, so here's our next equation. Here's the first one. Here's the second one. Miss Rolf made a boo-boo. Right there. Okay, you need to change it to a plus. That's my boo-boo. All right, so what we're going to do is figure out some stuff. So we got y equals negative 6x. So we don't know y's number yet. We don't have nothing. So let's replace y in the other equation, in equation 1. So we got 6x plus negative 6x equals 16. Well, this is technically being multiplied by 1. So this leaves us with a negative 6x So now we have 6x minus 6x equals 16. I combine the like terms here, and oh my gosh, here we go. Cancels out and equals 16. So once again, we're going to write this note. I'm going to cheat though because I'm using technology. All the letters are gone. They were canceled out. However, now we need to ask ourselves this question. Does 0 equal 16? Nope, that is not true. That's false. False. If so, that means this is a no solution. No solution. Okay, so looking at these two, infinite solutions and no solutions, the letters have to cancel out, okay? Then you have to figure out, is what you're left with a true thing or a false thing? If it's a true thing, infinite solutions. If it's a false thing, no solution, okay? Next. All right, so our first equation or second equation. Our second equation has a letter equal to some stuff. We have x equals to 3y. So we're going to replace the x in the first equation. So we get 2 times 3y, and then minus 2y equals negative 12. Now, unfortunately, we don't know x or y's number, so we're going to have to figure out both. So let's do that. So we have just y's here, so that's good. We can do some mathy math. 2 times 3y is 6y. So we got 6y minus 2y equals negative 12. I can combine like terms, and look, they don't cancel out. So we got 4y equals negative 12. Divide by that 4 on both sides because we would need to get rid of that coefficient. And now we know y's number is negative 3. So we know y's number is negative 3. Good. Now we need to figure out x's number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the second equation because it already says x equals stuff. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this stuff, y equals negative 3, and I'm going to replace it. So we got x equals 3 times negative 3, and I can do math. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. So x's number is negative 9. And there we go. That's our answer. So go ahead and do your homework. This is the end of the notes, and I'll see you next time.